a go-getter, I get it by any means. The blood, sweat, and tears, I just put them all in my dreams. I put years into my...
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is my first installment of the Broken Wing Butterfly interview session called Beauty and Brokenness. This is a segment where I will be breaking down different parts of my artistry, different parts of the making of the soundtrack, and also the making of the short film, where some of those ideas came from, and then also allowing y'all to step into how I found beauty in my brokenness and in my trials and my losses and my pain, like how I found beauty in that and made my way to the other side. So I hope that y'all enjoy this, man. This is episode 1, so let's get to it. The first question: what does beauty and brokenness mean to you? So to me, beauty and brokenness is first off understanding that there are parts of you that have felt broken. Your heart has been broken. There are parts of your mind that have went through phases of brokenness, and you're healing. And finding beauty in that. Finding beauty in your scars is what that means to me, basically. It's just finding beauty in those moments that may not seem the most beautiful or the most, ideal, but finding a way to push through that brokenness that you may feel, that broken heart, from grief, from, losing someone you love, from losing a relationship that meant so much to you, and just finding the beauty in that and embracing the beauty in that, understanding that, I always think of the example of broken crayon still color. I think of that a lot because I work with kids, and that's one of those things we try to tell them, like, just because that crayon's broke doesn't mean it can't color anymore. Just same way that just because you may have been broken in the past doesn't mean that you can't heal and that you have to stay there. So beauty and brokenness to me is really just finding beauty in your scars and finding beauty in your pain and finding beauty in the things that may not be so beautiful while you're going through them, but understanding that you in your essence is still a beautiful soul, a beautiful person, and you can always heal from those things that may have broken you down. So, next question. How do you balance vulnerability and strength in your art? The way I balance vulnerability and strength in my art is by making my art a entity of that. So in my art, I show vulnerability and I also show strength. I show moments of brokenness, but I also show how you can overcome those moments of brokenness and how it feels when you get to that other side, the happiness, the liberation. So I've learned to combine that balance into my music, and it has taught me how to do that in my real life. So now in those moments where I know I'm having a hard time and I'm struggling and I need the help, I use vulnerability and I ask for help. And in that I find strength that, working together, you get so much more done. And this project has really, really, really opened me up to that. And also being vulnerable, because that has been a weakness for me, because I am so guarded. I do feel like a lot of it comes from the fact that I have been grieving for a while now, and I grieve my old selves. I grieve my grandmother, who this project is a tribute to her, and now also a tribute to my best friend, my emotional support dog, Layla. She actually passed while I was doing this project. So, this project has made me be very, very vulnerable and very, very open to understanding those feelings in myself of being broken, of going through grief, of feeling like I'm not worth being here, of losing who I was because I lost pieces of myself that meant so much. So, and then also knowing the strength in it, which is why this whole series is Beauty and Brokenness, because you find the strength in your brokenness, and your brokenness is your vulnerability. Sometimes that's a very vulnerable spot to be in. It's a very vulnerable spot to be broken. It's a very vulnerable spot to be transparent with yourself and let yourself know that you're not okay, and let yourself know that you need some help, and let yourself know that you can't do it alone. Like, that takes a lot of vulnerability. And then also allowing people in when you're in those moments takes vulnerability, because it's easy just to shut people out. But in those moments, you need to let people in. You need to let people be there for you. You need to let people grieve with you. You need to let people, help you as much as you help other people. So I have definitely learned that balance through my artistry. And now it is because it was a part of my artistry, I've learned it in my real life. Next question. Who or what has been your biggest support system on your journey? So in the beginning of my journey, my biggest support system was, I would say, my uncle and my grandmother, collectively, and my family in general. But my uncle and my grandmother, my uncle, because he started me on my music journey early, like as far as the educational teaching of it and the fundamental skills. And my grandmother was that support where she would just like applaud me. She would encourage me. She would be at things. I would go in her room all times of night, like, Grandma, I want to do a concert for you, and just start singing songs. And most of the time it was gospel songs. I remember singing I Told the Storm to her, but I would go in there and sing these songs to her, and she would just like encourage me and tell me keep going and tell me keep pushing. Same with my uncle. Like, he would just give me tools to be better and vocally, be better. In theater, be better. Like, so, when I was cultivating my artistic side as a young child, like, they were very big supporters in that and very impactful in that part of my journey. As I've gotten older and really like started this music career, like starting in 2019, I would say my biggest support in this journey has been my wife. Like, she's been with me through it all. She has been at every show. She's been at almost every studio session. It hasn't even been that many she hasn't been at. So at this point, she's been at every studio session. Like, she's there when I'm in here writing. She's there when I'm in here saying I'm gonna give up, I quit. When I'm taking my studio equipment down and putting it away for a few years because I just don't feel worthy or capable. She's been here through that. She's seen the ups and downs. She's seen, every part of this journey, and no matter how bad it got or how low I got, she still was there to raise me up. So she definitely has been one of my biggest support systems in this journey of my artistry. What are the biggest challenges you faced as an independent artist? The biggest challenges I've faced as an independent artist is funding my artistry. It has been a challenge in the sense that I either have to work more to compensate for what I'm trying to do artistically, or if I'm not working more, then I'm unable to focus on my artistic, like my creativity and like really pushing my music career, because then my stability is shaken up financially. So just trying to find that balance and doing what I love and also being stable has been the biggest challenge for me. And really knowing how much I should continue to put into what I'm doing and into my artistry, and how much I should be saving, and then how much is going to what my priorities are. And it just has been a journey in the sense that, I'm figuring it out, but that has been the challenge is balance. I probably would say balance in general, balance financially, balancing life and my artistry, especially like trying to build my artistry up to a point where that is the means for my stability. My artistry is the means for the connections I have. My artistry is the means for me being able to travel and see the world. So it definitely has been a balance challenge for me. And I feel like this year I'm going to conquer that. Like, this year, that's done. I'm going to put in the work I need to put in to balance every aspect of my life so that I can get where I'm destined to be. Yeah, man, we have gotten to the end of the first episode of the Beauty and Brokenness series, and I'm so happy I got to have y'all here with me. I'm so glad y'all got to hear me out and be a part of this process with me. This is only episode 1. There are more episodes to come. I hope y'all enjoy this. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for being here. Welcome to the tribe. We just gonna continue growing. We're gonna continue elevating. We're gonna continue becoming. We're gonna continue to find the beauty in our brokenness. And I love y'all as always. Keep grinding, keep shining. One love, baby, and we out. Let's go.
I just wanna elevate. Tomorrow's not promised. Give my all today. Take a step back and I meditate.